Hello and welcome, beautiful Virgo, for your May 2021 Zodiac reading. You're with Elise, and thank you so much for joining me. And welcome to any new viewers. Please do click on the subscribe button there and click on the bell next to it and join our community. And that way you won't miss out on any future updates. I do these Zodiac wheels monthly, and I have other picker piles, and you can also join my Facebook group. You're very welcome to be. Great to have you. Okay, so I'll just give thanks to the guides, Great Spirit and angels, for their guidance through this reading and their loving messages for Virgos, for their highest good and for the good of all concerned. Ooh, thank you. We'll take that. Okay, let's see what we've got. Four of Pentacles. This is the beginning here of you really holding on to what you got. The essence of believing in what you can achieve, and you're not willing to take any risks with that. So I do feel you really do believe in what you're wanting to set out to do, and you may have to just, put your pennies away. So you're sort of being a little bit miserly, might I say? But that's okay, because it's for a purpose. You know what your soul's deepest intention is. Now here we have the Two of Cups. So this is really lovely. This is about reaching trust and happiness, and the understanding of adult love. So for those of you, it will be a situation where there is a union for you and the loved one, and agreements being made there. For others, it is reaching the end of ongoing conflict and hostility in relationships. And for other Virgos, it can actually be a whole new relationship. Now this is also connecting to your resources, and it's affecting your measure of worth, okay, and where you get your support. So I do feel that there is agreements being made here that are very agreeable to you, and you could even be receiving an unexpected apology. And it also is symbolizing a gift. But ultimately, the Two of Cups is about union. Okay, so, and it's to do with your resources. This is a financial house area. Page of Pentacles is backing that up, because you've got a message here, and the Pentacles are about your finances. So this is an important message with the page. It also does represent youth. Someone youthful or young. But ultimately it is about strategy, self-care, and learning that the magic is in your own hands. And this is in the area of communication, your third house area, which also is governing your brothers and sisters, close relations, short journeys, and transportation. Third house governs trade, journalism, youth, speech and education. So there's an important message in those areas. There's a strategy that needs to be put in place, and you're learning that the magic is in your own hands, and there may be a sudden new beginning, and there's healing coming from this. And it's also good sign financially, that good news is on its way. And I do feel that there is good news on its way, because the Ten of Cups here is definitely about wanting to celebrate, and it's in the area of your home, your property, your land, okay, how you see yourself. It also is the foundation, the base of the wheel, and it's your roots, and it is again a psychic area, and it's what you've reincarnated for. You've reincarnated for this joy and fulfillment and pleasure, because the tens are the perfection through completion of cycle. Okay, so there's some sort of perfection through the completion of this cycle. And the Ten of Cups is discovering love, discovering joy. It signifies marriage and satisfaction, respect for each other, and that feeling that there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and there's shared happiness and also support. So that's wonderful to have there as your foundation, something that is actually holding you up, and there could even be celebrations connected to that. Now, the Emperor here is the father figure, the home builder, the career man, commander-in-chief. Now, he's here influencing this area of children, matters of the heart, pleasures, hobbies, love that is given, good fortune. It's the fun house where you find your joy. This fifth house area governs speculation, games, entertainment, and nobility. And you have the Emperor there, so there is something quite grand and noble about this area being triggered here with the Emperor. So the Emperor brings about order out of chaos. He offers sound advice. This is a fertile card as well for those of you that are wanting to start a family, especially for the men that are looking at starting a family, and for the men, because this is a very strong Emperor energy, very masculine. It is also a message of being the home builder, being the father, and being a career man, and finding some of your joy in that too. For all the ladies, this is signifying someone who is either the father of your children or your own father, but there's some sort of joy attached to this. Now, Three of Pentacles is wonderful to be here in this working area, the sixth house area. And this is also connected to co-workers and work conditions, as well as your mind, body and well-being. So your food, health and hygiene. And the Three of Pentacles is a very gifted card, because you're off to a good start with honouring your chosen craft. And because you've buckled down and tackled things one step at a time, made necessary adjustments and stayed positive, there's a lucky break and a turning point. So you'll be getting a good reputation in this area of your life and harvesting some of your dreams, and your lifestyle is on the improve, and there's opportunity here to make more money. So that's wonderful for those of you looking for work or improving anything to do with your working life. Then here you have the moon. Now the moon in the tarot is ruled by Pisces, or the moon, yeah. So it's very emotional. It also governs the mystery in life and film, photos, photography, movies, those sort of things. Okay, so that is one of the symbols of one of a few of the key words, sorry, connected to the moon. Now, the other things you need to be aware of with the moon energy here is to see the big picture. Don't sweat the small stuff. This is in the 7th house of business partnerships, marriages, groups, It governs legal affairs, contracts, scandals, and even international relations. Okay? It is the area where you try to bring about the balance and harmony in your life. And this is a message to you to avoid repeating past mistakes that led to dead ends, and to just check in, have a bit of a reality check with yourself to see if you are carrying other people's baggage. But the moon here appearing in your spread is letting you know that your psychic abilities are heightened, and you're probably on the money with anything to do with business, marriage, aunts, uncles, legal affairs, contracts, or scandals. Page of Swords. So you've got a lot of messages coming. It really is a big communication going on for you this month, Virgo. And this Page of Swords sometimes has a bit of a hidden meaning. Okay? So you need to really make sure you get things clarified, because it can be dealing with something right on the spot. It can be gossip, and just make sure it's not gossip, that it is factual, because it also, Page of Swords also is a message to do with contracts and legal contracts and legalities of any kind. They're in that 8th house of shared resources, inheritances, legacies, governing the occult, which is the mystical side of things, and also governing corporations, taxes, loans, and other people's money. Pardon me, or other people's money that you share an interest in. Now you have the Knight of Wands. Now he's reversed here in the 9th house. The 9th house is about the expansion of physical, mental, and spiritual exploration. It governs philosophy, the law, religion, foreign affairs, travel, foreign travel or cultures, abstract mind, higher education, and it is what your goals are, what you want to achieve in the future. It's a future area of the wheel, and your dreams and visions and prophecy about that. Okay, so this is your perspective as well. So you achieving your goals is up to your perspective on things. Now when he is in reverse, it's just a little bit of a check-in to see if you haven't bitten off more than you can chew. Maybe then you need to make some readjustments to your study load, or what your plans are for travel. If you can't afford travel insurance, for example, then you can't afford to go. It's not sensible really to be travelling around the world without being, or travelling overseas, or even indeed in your own country, as I found out. Luckily I did have travel insurance, so just check that in and check on that as well, because it's sort of don't bite off more than you can chew with long distance travel, is the message I'm getting there from that. Okay, the 8 of Cups here. Now this is a message of opening up to others and reaching out, and ready to return from a period of solitude. So you are able to get out in the world a bit more than what you were before, but maybe you got some very bold ideas about how far you can take that. So just check in with that, because this is connected to your social status. This is about your reputation and your rewards of karma. Now the 10th house area governs parents and governments, so it's also dealing with the outside world on the big stage, but it's a message here to you to open up. Got to open up something. There's something you've been keeping back, or maybe you've been forced to keep it back, but now you can open it up. Okay? You don't have to do it all on your own, they're saying. Okay, so the Tower here, Mars energy. The Tower energy is, at first, to look at it, it's a bit foreboding. You know, the Tower's been struck by lightning here, and it's on fire, and they're falling out of the tower, and everything that's been built is ultimately crumbling. Well, that's a bit of a statement about the state of the world at the moment, I feel. So I think it's a world thing more than a personal thing. But if you relate to this on a very personal level, then this is symbolizing abandoning an unstable lifestyle, forging a new path and building it on new bedrock. There has been, or there will be, upheaval, shock and surprises which are unexpected and a bit out of your control, so you could find yourself out of your comfort zone, and yes, it is related to karma, but what first sees and appears to be uncomfortable and disruptive is ultimately setting you on a new path that is more solid and will give you a better lifestyle. Now this area is about your friendship groups, this is your long-term objectives, so this is about where you are placing your hopes and wishes in order to manifest for the future. Okay, so there's something in your own life that you want to change. It's an unstable lifestyle. You want to abandon it so that you can create a more stable, happier lifestyle in real solid bedrock. Okay, so and doing that does mean that you've got to sort of change things up a bit and get out of your comfort zone. And here in the 12th house you have the Three of Cups. So this is a card of overindulgence when it's reversed. It's also hurtful gossip, and it's a message if you were hoping for a promotion, then that may not have actually materialized as soon as what you would like, and for others it's something that's been kept a secret. So there could be some affair that you're keeping a secret or has been kept a secret from you. It just depends on whether or not that's relevant for you, to whether or not you can relate to that. It's not an overall thing. So, but it is definitely a warning against overindulging or binge drinking, or doing too much of anything is no good for you. Okay, so keeping that in mind, everything in moderation, because this is the house of institutions, hospitalization, jails or prisons, whatever you prefer to call them. It's about your health. It's where you self-sabotage, and it's your limitations. And the antidote for that in this 12th house area is about self-renewal. So renewing, getting rid of the old to be renewed, which is also conducive to this Tower message here. So I'll just ask now for your guardian angel here through May that you can turn to for guidance, help and signs. That one just flew out of my hand, so this is definitely for you. And it's Angel of Encouragement. You can win. You can overcome this challenge. You can abandon that old unhealthy lifestyle. For those of you that are wanting to do that, you can get rid of it. You can even get rid of the people that were involved in it. you know, you may have to make some big changes that could surprise yourself as well as others, but I feel that it's going to be well worth it for those of you that are stuck in that situation. There is possibility of movement here, even though you may not be able to move as far away as what you would have liked. Okay, so what other messages do the angels have for Virgo for May? Forgiveness. Forgiveness is always the way. Forgive yourself. And forgive others, for they know not what they do. Now, when you forgive, you do not have to, you know, walk up to that person and forgive them, but you can still forgive them for being who they were or who they are. You can just send your prayers out to Source or God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, and forgive them for being who they are. Being their annoying self, if that's the case. So, and forgive yourself. Always forgive yourself. We are, you know, mere mortals trying to do the best we can with what we've got. Okay, so thank you so much for watching part 1. Sending you many blessings. 2. The transits, planetary placements for you, Virgo. Start here with one of the big boys in the Zodiac, very slow moving Pluto, here in the 5th house. Now, this Pluto in Capricorn energy this month is in retrograde. Pluto in Capricorn went retrograde on the 23rd of April. So, it's about more work, more jobs, and work for transformation. So get your resumes ready. Now, this may not sound like a whole lot of fun, but this could also be why you've got this Emperor showing here, because the Emperor is the career person, the commander and the chief, and respectability, self-control, master of his own destiny. And Pluto's all about destiny. So it's also a labyrinth of subjects. The Plutonian frequencies are scorpionic, so it enhances your interests in probing to the depths of life's mysteries, or connected with where you find your fun, where you have your joy, matters of the heart, pleasures, children, entertainment, speculation, love that is given, that kind of area of your life. That's one of the realms that's being affected here by this Pluto in retrograde. So this marks a time of gradual assimilation, a period of newly discovered resources and adjustments to your psychic terrain. So it does require great strength, encouragement, and development of new skills, because a new way will come out of this, because Pluto is the restorer of life. So play fairly and pay close attention to your inner voice. And if you are having trouble with adjusting your channel or your signal, your antenna's up, or one's not tuned in properly, get in contact with me or a psychic, a medium, or an astrologer, and that way you can get a reading done, and that can help you adjust that signal. Next we have Saturn for you, Virgo, and that is in your 6th house. And Saturn is the hard taskmaster. So Saturn likes to get the job done. So there is that working hard feeling about this Saturn being in your area of work colleagues, working condition, karma connected to that, any debt that is connected to you. It's also the house of health, food and hygiene, paying close attention to that, and your mind, body and well-being. It also represents in-laws, brothers and sisters. So your brother and sister-in-law. Yeah, okay. So Saturn in here is about the time and setting the time for achieving your goals. So you've probably been really working diligently at achieving your goals. And this, by doing this, cautiously, conservatively, you will be creating security in your life, and this will establish a sense of justification in your life as well. So your working life is looking good, and it's got that Three of Pentacles there with it, which is really a very positive sign for being off to a good start and you know, honing your chosen craft, buckling down. And Saturn loves buckling down. So a lot of work there, and an increase in finances indicated there too. Neptune is in Pisces. Neptune is here in the 7th house. Now this is the area that governs balance and harmony in the wheel. It's also governs the legal affairs, contracts, scandals, business partnerships, marriages, groups. Okay, so Neptune is at home in Pisces, and there is a interest in spiritual and metaphysical areas highlighted here. Music and the arts, and psychic abilities are aroused, and you may discover the inadequacies of your rational intellect and decide other aspects of your mind, like your beliefs, intuition and sensitivities, are more important now. Neptune is the cosmic sea and represents all fluids, okay? Low vibration frequency, guilt, drugs, abuse and feeling spaced out. The antidote to that is the high vibration frequency, divine love for all things, a new way to perceive your reality, a creative pursuit, writing, forgiveness, compassion. Jupiter will be moving out of Aquarius here in your 6th house into Pisces and into the 7th house on the 13th of May Greenwich Mean Time, on 14th of May Australian Eastern Standard Time. So this will give you a peek at the Pisces frequency until the 29th of July, because any sign or planet that Jupiter touches, it expands it. The Lord of Abundance. So there's going to be a real expansion in the metaphysical, the mystical side of things. Healing, sending healing, receiving healing, visualizing the exquisite healing for the world and the planet. So there may be more big global meditation things taking place, things like that. But if not, you can still use the healing frequency and energy, because there's an easy connection to that. The conduit is open when Jupiter is in Pisces in particular, so it's sending healing out into the world, and you can take part in that and visualize how exquisite that can be for everybody to receive that healing. It's also campaigning for the underdog, and just keeping in mind that we are all each other's teacher. We are all a mirror to each other, because this is the partnership area. So there may be, you know, whatever you see in your partner or your friend or your business associate, that is also something that is within yourself. So forgive and have compassion, which will be a lot easier here with this very powerful Piscean energy after the 13th, 14th of May. Then Uranus is here in the 9th house, and the Uranus energy is science. It's the planet of freedom, liberation, technology, radical change, surprise, shock, sudden events, lightning bolts, and it's a very futuristic and fast energy. And there's quantum leap or quantum step kind of thing associated with this Uranus energy. It's also electric, electromagnetic, electric. So there could be things that need to be looked at with electricity, but it's about radical change and knowing that the truth will set you free. So it's in Taurus, so the radical changes could be taking place with a bit of unpredictability to do with earth disturbances, because Taurus is about beauty, it's about nature, and natural law has the first move, not man-made law, natural law. Okay, so if you can get out in nature and enjoy it, it's going to really be uplifting for you, and you really will feel that, and possibly even see that high violet light, or for you it may be white light, and see it entering through your crown chakra, down through your mind and head, and into your heart, and filling your whole body, and life-giving light that is healing and raising your vibration. Okay? So on and off all year, of course, we've got the square to Saturn from Uranus, and that's about learning from past mistakes. So learning from our history, personal history, world history. If we don't understand what the mistakes were made in the past, then we can't do anything in the now to make the future better, because we've got nothing to reference it from. So it's understanding the lessons that will serve us well, okay? And serve everybody well, because these are the big planets, these are the generational planets. It's slow moving. This is why some things tend to take so long to get to the goal that we're aiming for. Okay, so now the Sun here. The Sun has also been in Taurus, so life's had a bit of spark and energy to it, and with the Sun's creativity, because the Sun is about creation and creativity. But the Sun on the 21st of May, Australian Eastern Standard Time, is moving into Gemini. So your attention turns towards your surroundings and increasing interaction with people, and increasing more involvement with your everyday dealings. Okay, so it is also a good time here with Gemini on the Sun moving into Gemini on the 21st, that you really try and be the listener, because the passive agent in communication is very important. Now the tempo of life will really accelerate as well, so you could find yourself a lot busier, which for some of you will be a great relief, because you know you've been in lockdown and not able to get out there and do the things that need to be done. Well, things are accelerating. Be careful, still, you know, use your hygiene and use social distancing and all that, so that you don't get sort of locked down again. So with that in mind, also it's time to not leave people in the dark and confused. So, and this is in the area of the 10th house, which governs governments. So I feel this is a message about the governments, not leaving people in the dark and confused, to communicate the real thoughts and real intentions. So we get into the nitty-gritty of things here. So that's for you personally, and I feel because this is about the outside world and it rules governments, this is something that's going to come through. So whether or not there's some sort of disclosure, or whether or not there's governments around the world that just need to come clean on something, if there's anything that we've been confused about, it's really not the time to keep people in the dark. So be careful in your own personal life with that as well. Now, the 30th of May is when Mercury moves retrograde. Okay, so that gives it the essence of the trickster. So there could be a mishap that can thwart your will, because free will is, yes, a human right that we have, but sometimes our free will gets us into all sorts of mishaps and misfortunes. So we've got to make sure we're not just going from a gung-ho perspective, and we're actually trying to achieve something here. So the mishap that can, you know, be a bit annoying, but there's serendipity. So that's a wonderful thing, this having the serendipity there, because this is conjunct here with the Sun, that Mercury retrograde. Okay, so a bit of serendipity with the trickster and the healer. So what may look like a mishap could actually turn out to be quite beneficial. You know, it's like, well, if that never happened, I would never have met that person, or that kind of thing. Now, Venus here on the 9th of May is moving into Gemini as well. Now, this is a very welcomed movement, because with Venus in Gemini, it makes the everyday activities more pleasant. You get more fun socializing, and the Venus frequency is only interested in pleasure in life. So not interested in discussing any serious stuff here. So whatever this mishap is here, or whatever this is about, you know, keeping people in the dark, these three planets all moving through this area want the truth, want to know what is going to benefit them, what is going to be giving them opportunity, and they want to be able to purify your surroundings. And excuse Kobe, he's having a dream there. Now that by beautifying your surroundings, you may be more interested in artistic activities, or maybe going out and enjoying scenery. All of those things are very favoured with Venus moving in there. So taking some of the serious stuff off you, really. And but the Sun, Mercury and Venus, all there in that 10th house area of your career, your social status, your reputation, and the outer world is a wonderful sign here for you, Virgos. Could even be a promotion. So then we've got Mars in Cancer. Now that is in the 11th house. So that is stirring up here the importance of remaining conscious of what you're doing now. Okay? So don't let petty irritabilities dog you too much, for you can accomplish a great deal with Mars here in Cancer, and it will be in Cancer and in this 11th house area of friendships, love received, hopes and wishes, and your long-term objectives until the 12th of June. So you've got a fair bit of time to work with this. So trust your instincts, especially with your professional activities, okay? Because it might be a time where you can trust your instincts of when to keep a low profile, all right? Because you don't want to be fighting about something you don't even understand, but your self-motivation is very strong, okay? So this is about your long-term projectives for the future, which it showed the tower here, so it may be something that you're wanting to restructure and rebuild on, and or even reinvent your long-term objectives, because this is where you can manifest for the future. So you could find that you have a cause that you feel very strongly about, that you want to sort of support, because there is a strong energy around of supporting the underdog this month as well. So and Lord knows, for those of us that are doing all right through this pandemic and the world situation, you know, if we're in a place where we can help others, even on the smallest level, my way is doing these readings and helping people to focus away from all the negativity and try and focus more on where they want to head, and some of the decisions that are and possibilities that are out there for you. That kind of thing you can do as well, or it might actually be financial support. So it's up to you. We have choice in what we do with that area. Now, also, we've got this month the full moon, and it's on the 26th of May, and it's in Sagittarius. Okay, so that is highlighting this 4th house area for you. And boy, is it highlighted. You got the 10 of Cups there, and as I said, the 10 is perfection through completion of a cycle, and the moon is all about cycles, isn't it? And it's a 28 day. You got the peak energy, which can be blossomings and celebrations. For you Virgos, I feel that it is celebrations, because you've got that 10 of Cups there, and peak energy and the culmination of things coming to fruition and blossoming. So there is, with that Sagittarius energy, a need for adventure and independence, and there's that instinctual urge for travel and exploring. Sagittarius energy loves exploring, so whether or not you can physically explore or just watch certain things that are about places that you'd love to visit. I mean, I know that there's been a lot of shows about Egypt. I mean, I can't get there, but I can watch them, and it's just as good, especially for those that have really big screens these days. It's sort of like a big pitch theatre. But if you can get out, travel will be very beneficial for you, especially if you've been under stress. But there's no need to do anything radical. It's just a bit of time out to go on a little adventure, have a little adventure. Others is highlighting study, mental journey, ideas, concepts that are revolutionary and liberating, that can give you excitement that you might be craving. So you can meet new friends and form new friendships with people from different cultures. And being in the 4th house, it also does represent the mother. So a happy Mother's Day to any mums out there. I've also got Mother's Day special readings at half price, and you can contact me about those through the month of May down here in the description box, if you'd like to have a Mother's Day reading. Now, if you are a mother, this can be a very fun time for you, with this Sagittarius moon. And if your mother is being a very prominent part of things here for you through May, I feel that it'll be a fun-loving kind of energy with her. So you can really tap into some really nice, fun-loving energy there with Mum. Now, new moon. We have the new moon up here in Taurus, so that erratic. Uranus energy is being activated with the new moon. So the new moon is a wonderful time to make new beginnings and set your intentions. Okay, so there's unlimited possibilities in a new beginning, but it's a time for planting the seed. So don't expect the plant to be fully grown with just because you planted the seed on that day. You've got to, you know, nurture it and grow it. So whatever you're setting your intentions for, you realise you've got to nurture and grow that with positive affirmations and keeping the focus on the goal, because it's in a goal-orientated place. And this is all in the area of philosophy, the law, religion, and travel, long-distance travel. Okay? And so this moon in Taurus, this new moon in Taurus, is not a good time for spending money, but it is a really good time to save money. And it's a good time to be in familiar surroundings also. Okay, so now Virgo, I will focus and ask about confirmation card for you for the month of May. You have two, so I'll read both of them. First of all, you have the Queen of Autumn, and the key words for the Queen of Autumn is thoughtful, caring, creative, ingenious. And it is the Belgian hare. So your totem animal is the hare, and your medicine or message is you'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. And your second card is the Six of Winter, and your totem animal is the rescue cat. Mixed breed. So this is a challenging time, but it is coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace happier times ahead. So thank you for joining me, Virgo, for your May 2020 reading. Many blessings to you all. Please give it the thumbs up, share with all your friends, and I will be back again next month with the next reading. And please do check out the details below, and you can join my Facebook group as well, where I do live readings and pick a cards and card of the day, card of the week, that kind of thing, and give further insights into some of the astrology that's going on as well. So do that, and I look forward to reading for you again next month. Many blessings, Virgo. Namaste.